Hello, this is my fourth slam poetry that I've done. I did three yesterday, and I encourage all the people around the world to look at it. It tells a lot about today's problems, and this next one that I'm doing it's two separate things. One is called racism, and one is called love. I'm doing love first, then I'm doing racism. I hope you enjoy it. Love. Love. What is love? Is it just an emotion to set back your feelings on a sad rainy day? Love. Love. I ponder. Love. Love. Do you love me because I'm beautiful? Or do you love me because I'm beautiful? What do you mean, do you love me if I'm beautiful, or do you love me if I'm beautiful? Love. I love you because you're beautiful. Beauty doesn't mean you got outside beauty. Doesn't mean inner beauty. Love. Love is the beauty that's within yourself. Love. An emotion that you can't just push to the side and step back and say, I don't love you. Love. A powerful word, a powerful meaning. Love. Do you ever step back to think, do I love this person? Or do you love this person? Or do I love this person? Love. We start out with love in ourselves. Love. Look at how we form. Look at our love. Love. Do we judge? Do we hurt people? Love knows no bounds. Love. Love is when you rise above the pain that you've endured all your life. Love. You ask this question constantly. How do we know I love you? Love. When you put in your heart that I know you're tattooed on my soul for eternity. Love. An emotion that you feel when people are around you. Love. Do you rise above the pain? Do you cry yourself to sleep? Love. An emotion that forms the heart and the gate around your body. Love. Beauty and love equal two different things. Love. Inner beauty. Love. Heart. Love equals my beauty. Love. Do I know what I think of when I think of love? Love. The future seeing of nature. Love. How God sees us when we stand up tall and righteous. Love. I love you. 3 words. I love you. What does that mean to us? I love you. Gee, what do you mean I love you? Love. A word, a meaning, a peacemaker, a piece of your heart that you don't let go, you don't let fade away. Love. A passion, a rose, a fight in between. Love. Love, the very essence of time and roses. Red. What does red symbolize? Love. Love is symbolized as in red. Blood as in love. Jesus is in love. Love. We sacrifice for love. Love. Who do you think you are to judge me? Love. Do I love you when you take that little heart and break it? Love. Love is the beginning of a new start to life. Love. Look in your heart. Look in your soul. Love is the essence of time. That's how we roll. Love. Remember, roses, like a poem like this. Roses are red, violets are blue. I love you. Can you love me too? Love. Remember, in essence of the future. That was my first one called Love. This second one is called Racism. 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 Well, what is it, do we say? Racism. Do you understand the contrary of what it does? Racism. I don't like you. You are black. I don't like you. You are Mexican. I don't like you. You are German. I don't like you. You are Russian. Racism. Racism. The death to all that is love. Racism. A murderous bond that just shuts the seals of a heart. Racism. Do you believe that everyone should be racist? No. Racism. The ending of a life. Racism. People are singing because we are happy together. Racism. We hate racism. Racism. Evil. Demonic. Demeanor. Racism. The worst feeling in the world. Look at her. She's black and she's Mexican. I don't like her. Racism. It doesn't just hurt them. Racism. It hurts everybody in the world. Racism. I put my hand to stop the racism. Racism. We stop it. We need to stop being this racist people. Racism. You can't sit there and say, this person, I don't like them. They're different than me. We are superior to them. Racism. Is it a fun little joke? Oh yeah, you're just stupid. You're just a retard. No. Racism. The ending and the tears of pain. Racism. Something you can't take back or change the time of. Racism. Injuries to the heart. Injuries to the mind. America, the land of immigrants and people that are supposed to have freedom and love. Racism has all the fun here. A lot of people here. Racism takes a lot over. Racism. Do you see where people come from? Where they hurt? Why they cry? Why they're always torn? Racism. The way people look down on other people and shamefully take them down and name them. Racism. The worst thing that could happen. I don't like you. You're a whore. I don't like you. You're black. I don't like you. You're Chinese. Racism. The end of it. The end of time. Racism. Do you ever understand what racism does? Racism. I think in my mind, what is racism? What does it do? Does it help? No. Racism hurts. Racism takes your heart and crushes it. Racism. The way we think of people that are not superior to us. Racism. Not healthy for anybody. Racism. Well, I'm not racist. I just like to go around and say, oh, you're this, you're that. I don't like you because you're Russian, you're German, you're Chinese, you're French, you're Korean. Racism. Racism hurts everybody. Look in their eyes, feel their pain, walk in their shoes. Racism. I never considered it that way. Racism. We consider it to be immature, rude, inconsiderate. Discrimination. Racism. Aren't we all free here? No. Racism. But I thought discrimination ended up in the 60s. No. Racism. Discrimination. Racism. Same thing. Racism. They equal to amount to the same thing. Racism. What's racism? It's a thing that you demeanor when you tell somebody, I don't like you. Just because they're a different color, they're from a different country. Racism. But isn't discrimination gone? No. Racism and discrimination are a big part because people don't have common sense enough to actually accept people for who they are. But I thought we were superior. No. Superior. What does that mean? Superior. Superior. Let's think about it for a minute. Superior. Let's take time to think. What does it mean? Superior. It means I'm better than you. Look at me. I'm better. I don't think you're good enough to sit there and say this to me. You're right. I'm better. Woohoo! Come and get me. No. Racism. Superiority. We are the people of tomorrow. Equality is what we need in life. Equality is what we need to know in the heart of the people. What is equality? Are we all equal here in America? Take a look around. Take a look in school. Look at your jobs. Look at everywhere you go. Equality. You can sit there and say, we're all equal. No. People are always going to be racist and thinking, I'm superior, you're not. No. We are all people equally. We are people in the eyes of God. We are equal. But I thought that in America, we're all equal. Take a look around you. Take a look at everything that happened through all these years in the past. Let me reminisce back in the late 70s. Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King got shot and killed in Memphis, Tennessee at the Sheraton Hotel. Racism. Racism. Racism, racism, racism. Death. Murder. Killings. Racism. A death of a beloved one. Death of somebody you want to be close to. Racism. But I thought we were superior. Racism? You can think you're superior all you want. But know this, in your eyes, in the future, in your past, in your present, look at it this way. Racism is nowhere near superior or equal. Superiority. None of us are superior to any of us. Racism. But I thought you would be great at it. Racism is a one-way ticket to death. But I thought it was a great thing. No. Racism. Not letting your children be together with a person that they love just because the color of their skin, just because they're a different race, just because they're a different religion, different origin. But that's how we grow up. Racism. Racism. Look at your children. Do you want to be known as a parent that killed your child because of racism? Why did my kids run away? I just said they couldn't date a black person or a Mexican or anybody else from a different country, only white people. Racism. Children try to escape the racism that their parents push onto them. Sweetie, you can only date these certain people. Only these certain people. Racism. Well, I don't like that child. He's black. I don't like that child. He's mixed. I don't like that child. He's Mexican. I don't like that child. He's Chinese. Get rid of him. Racism. Do you look at around you? Look at the world. Racism. But what about other parts of the world? Racism. Other parts of the world. Racism doesn't even have a meaning in their countries. Racism. But what about back in the 40s when Hitler wasn't that a good thing? No. Racism. The rise of something that could become the illness and death of everyone. Racism. But I just didn't want my children to mix races. It's wrong. Racism. Parents. Racism. 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 I keep repeating racism. Your kids fall in love with a different race, and you're gonna sit there and tell them, you can't date them. You see them again, I'm gonna get rid of you. For good. No. Racism. But Daddy, I love them. Racism. Son, I don't want you dating her. Racism. But I love... No. No questions asked. Racism. Racism. But Daddy, I don't... No questions. Yes, Daddy. Racism. You need to stand up and speak out loud. Be spoken out loud. Say it loud and proud. I am not racist. I am black, Mexican, German, Russian, any origin. I am proud of it. And you got a problem with me being different, don't come around me and my family bringing me with racism. Racism. Do you honestly believe that parents believe this just because you're raised with racism? Racism. You were raised, I don't want to date a black person, it's illegal. Racism. Racism. The ending of a life. Racism. So help it God, if you date a black person, you date a Mexican, you date a Russian, you date a German, you date a French, you date a Chinese. Racism. It don't matter how you look at it. Racism. Betty, I don't want you dating Daquan. But Daddy, I love him. No, don't date him. He's black. But Daddy, no, you don't date him. Yes, Daddy. What you do when racism appears? No, Daddy, this is a different time and age. I am proud of who I date. Racism. Daddy, I don't want to go against your wishes, but I want to date Daquan. No, you date him, I'm going to disown you. For formed this family. Racism. Go ahead, Daddy. Disown me. I'm in love with him, and you can't stop me. Racism. Fine. You're disowned. Good, Daddy. I didn't need to be in this family. All you do is constantly put down people. That's all your family does, is put down the people I love. Racism. Racism. Betty, I told you I didn't want you dating him. Well, look now. I'm married to him. I have a baby by him. So, deal with it, Daddy. Racism. Racism. Betty, why did you disobey me? Because I love him and he loves me. So what, Betty? You don't need to mix races with a black person or a Mexican or any other race but your own. That's where you're wrong, Daddy. I am proud of who I am. If I love him, I'm gonna marry him. Racism. Betty, you're disowned. Okay, fine. I will be disowned. Racism. Fine. Later, Betty. Bye. Racism. It tears families clean apart. Racism. Racism. Johnny, I don't want you going out with, I don't know. Let me think. Rosie. Why? Because she's Spanish. Because she's Mexican. I don't want you dating her. And you're right. I don't want you dating her. But Daddy, I want to. No, Johnny, I don't want you to. Yes, Dad. No. No. Racism. Daddy, I have something to tell you. What is it, son? I'm dating Rosie. You're doing what? Excuse me, you're doing what? Come again? You heard me, Daddy. I am dating Rosa. Son, you don't mix races with Mexicans. Daddy, I am in love with her. You have no right in your mind to sit there and tell me I can't be in love with her or date her or marry her because she's Mexican? That's right, son. Who in your right mind are you to sit there and tell me I can't marry Rosa because she is Mexican? Racism. Son, I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't date her. Racism. Dad, I'm going to do it regardless of what you think. Son, so help me God, if you date Rosa, I'm going to get on you. So what, Dad? You don't understand how I feel about Rosa. Do you understand that? No, you don't. Johnny, get over it. You're not dating her. Racism. Dad, I am done with you. I am dating her and you can't stop me. Racism. Johnny, get your butt in that room right now. No. No, not in any terms. Johnny, so help me God. If you bring that ugly thing around here, I'll get rid of her. Daddy, you won't do jack diddly to her. Who are you to stop me? Some puny little brat? You're my child. You don't mix races with anybody but your own. Racism. Daddy, I'm telling you this right now. I am moving in with her. We're getting married. We're having a child. What you just say, Johnny? You heard my lips. I am marrying Rosa if you like it or not. We are having a child, whether you're in it or not. We've got her family. We don't need your racist family to sit there and tell us who we can and cannot date. Johnny, that is not how we were raised. I don't care how you were raised. This is a whole new time and age. Racism. 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 Sweetheart, look, I don't want you to date, I don't want you to date Taylor. Why, Dad? Cause she's Chinese. I don't want you dating her. Excuse me, what does that have to do with anything, Dad? Well, she's from a different country, and how do I know she's not stealing from me? But she's not even doing anything. So, I don't want you dating that dirty Chinese. I just don't want you dating her. But, no word. Stop. Just stop it right there. I don't want to hear another word. No. Racism. Racism. Dad? Yes. I am gonna date Taylor if I want to. What did you just say to me? You heard me good and well. I am dating Taylor and you can't stop me. Like hell I can't. I see you bring her into this house, I'll blow her head off. Dad, you touch her, you ain't gonna do nothing. You aren't gonna see next week. Son, you don't fight me. You better settle your butt down or you're going to hell. No. 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 I am sick and tired of your racism. That's not how we were raised. We need to be with our own race. Racism. No, Dad. That is not how the world works. Well, it is how our family works. No. No. It is not in any way how our family works. It's how your mind works. Not mine. Son, so help me God, if you date that girl, you're gonna regret it. What are you gonna do? Huh? What's she gonna do? Send me to prison because I'm dating a Chinese? So what? She's a different race. I am proud of it. Son, you don't sit there and do that. I don't care. We're getting married, like it or not. Racism. Well, fine. Go on then. I don't want to ever see your face again. Fine. Racism tears people to shreds. Remember that. Racism